What's up, guys? It's me, Tiff, and sorry I look like shit. I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I have been seeing a lot of angry tweets and angry headlines along the lines of, and I'll just read some of them out, disgraced crypto bro Sam Bankman-Fried to turn on celebrities Tom Brady and Larry David. Sam Bankman-Fried turns rat, cooperates in lawsuits against FTX celebrity backers. And at risk of sounding like I'm trying to defend Sam Bankman-Fried, I do think some of these headlines are a bit skewed. Basically, SBF has entered into a settlement agreement with a group of FTX creditors who have agreed to drop their class action lawsuit against him in exchange for his help and his cooperation. The FTX creditors who filed the lawsuit seem pretty pleased with this settlement. Sunil Kuvari, the FTX victim who filed the initial lawsuit, tweeted that, "Our FTX class action lawyers have entered into a settlement with SBF. Judge Lewis Kaplan has already ordered a forfeiture of $11 billion from SBF. Obviously, SBF doesn't have this, which would go to FTX victims. SBF will cooperate with us as Sullivan and Cromwell / the FTX debtors have hindered our efforts. John Ray / the FTX debtors have refused to provide information and have hindered our class action efforts. Sullivan and Cromwell is also a defendant. Big win for FTX victims. SBF will provide information on defendants. Truth will prevail." I spoke with some sources close to Sam who said that Sam is not going after celebrities or anyone who acted in good faith. He's helping to assist civil investigations into parties who profited from FTX's collapse. So presumably this refers to Sullivan and Cromwell. Based on the conversations I've had recently with people close to the situation, I really don't think his goal is to go after Tom Brady, Gisele Bundchen, and Shaq. I think Sam and these FTX creditors are basically aligned in their discontent about how the bankruptcy's been run by Sullivan and Cromwell. I do think that Sam going after Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen, though, is a sexier headline, though, and I will probably use it in the title of this video. But according to these sources, Sam is going to help however he can and point to where he thinks the money is. Anyway, the settlement agreement was filed in a Miami court on Friday. It has not yet been approved by a judge. If approved, the settlement would apparently release Sam Bankman-Fried from both current and future civil liability tied to the collapse of FTX. SBF will basically voluntarily provide documents and information to aid in victim recovery. He's also agreed to provide attorneys with financial information and documents, including a total of his remaining personal assets and his firm's 2021 investment in AI startup Anthropic. I asked a criminal defense attorney to elaborate a bit on this. It looks like recently Sam just entered into a settlement with FTX customers who filed a class action lawsuit against not only Sam Bankman-Fried, but also a lot of the celebrity endorsers, which include obviously Tom Brady, Gisele Bundchen. I don't know exactly what that entails in terms of cooperation. Do you have any insight onto what that means for Sam?
We know that there have been probably dozens of lawsuits filed against SBF and against the company alleging all kinds of fraud in class action lawsuits. And I suspect we're going to see one by one all of those come to a head and settle. And then the question will be, in the settlement agreement, what is he obligating himself to do? Well, he's obligating himself to probably reveal all his assets, reveal all his records, and cooperate in the collection of those judgments. He doesn't have the financial resources to fight all of these lawsuits. So one by one, they're going to have to come to a settlement. He just doesn't have the resources to take on all these fights. So what happened yesterday is probably one of what we'll see many of, which are agreed settlements and his agreement to cooperate in any way he can in collecting.
Quick pause, but I know a lot of you who follow me are FTX creditors patiently waiting for your payouts. Well, that's where FTXcreditor.com could come in very handy for those of you who have been patiently awaiting your payouts but want access to immediate liquidity. FTX Creditor will buy your FTX bankruptcy claim and pay you immediately in USDC. FTX Creditor has actually bought more FTX claims than all of the other claims buyers combined. FTX Creditor even buys small claims as low as $1,800 all the way up to claims as big as $10 million. The process to sell your claim is simple. Just go to ftxcreditor.com, fill out the forms on their website, and within 24 hours they'll reach out to you to schedule a Zoom call. If you decide to sell your claim to FTX Creditor, they will pay you immediately on the Zoom call in USDC. Buying claims is a really expensive process, and FTX Creditor has figured out a way to automate a lot of that process, making it much faster and cheaper, and they pass on those savings to creditors by offering them higher prices on smaller claims. FTX Creditor also has translators, and you can reach out to them on Telegram at FTX Creditor or on X at FTXcreditor_com. FTX Creditor actually also buys Voyager, BlockFi, and Celsius claims, so even if you've already received your initial distribution from any of these companies, FTX Creditor will buy your stub, which is basically a claim to future payouts, for example, from lawsuit settlements. So shout out to FTX Creditor, and back to the video. Also, apparently Caroline Ellison, Gary Wong, Nishad Singh, and even Dan Friedberg, one of FTX's lawyers, have all made similar settlement agreements with the plaintiff's attorneys. Apparently, some of these smaller celebrity promoters, including finance YouTubers Andre Jick and Graham Stephan, who I actually know from Las Vegas, Jaspreet Singh, Tom Nash, Brian Jung, have settled, contributing to a common fund of $1.4 million to fund the lawsuit. But most of the big-name promoters of FTX, like athletes Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Shaq, Naomi Osaka, and Gisele Bundchen, are fighting the lawsuit, as are over a dozen domestic and international venture capital firms. Anyway, this is just a very quick impromptu video on this because I was seeing a lot of really angry tweets and angry headlines about Sam Bankman-Fried going after the celebrity promoters, when in reality, I think that Sam is most likely most interested in going after Sullivan and Cromwell. I might actually have Sunil Kuvari, the guy who actually filed this initial lawsuit, on my channel at some point in the near future, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. And I love you all so very much, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye!